That's right. We're back with Noun Town. Are you guys gonna? You might not know what YouTube was like, okay? In like 2010, there used to be a series by Miss Hannah Minks called JWoww. It was Japanese Word of the Week. So I think, unfortunately, like she would teach you one word of Japanese and then like do some push-ups or something like that. If she had still been doing that, she stopped like 12, 14 years ago, something like, probably like 18 years ago now. But if she had still been doing that, we would now know almost 40 Japanese words. We would almost be at the point where we could live in Japan seamlessly and be accepted almost as if we were Japanese. We would be borderline fluent at this point. So if you're watching this on YouTube, get tricked, okay? Get tricked. You do not need to watch other content because this content is A, funny, and will also teach you Chinese. You just have to watch 10,000 videos of it. You only need sumimasen. That's not true. You need sumimasen and daijobu desu. If you know daijobu desu, you're set, bro. Because they literally, you'll go into a restaurant and point to something on the menu, and then they'll say something to you, and you just go daijobu desu. As long as you have like low standards. If you have high standards, you can't. I mean, then you got to learn Japanese, to be honest with you. But if you're like, hey, I just bring out whatever we got. What if they say we don't have that? That's okay. That's fine. I'll just sit here, I guess. Then give a 1-star review in English that's like, the service was really slow. My food never came out. Then I had to go. Kate, good morning. Are you ready? Well, first thing I got to do is some revision, right? I forgot how to access that. Revise now. Okay, if they're going to ask me for 32 items, I honestly think I might remember like, maybe, you know what? The first thing we should do is go to the fucking dictionary and try to remember some of these because it's been a fucking while. Lanji.
Lanzi.
Lanzi. It's been a day. I'm just telling you, and I mean this with all sincerity, like you're looking at a 37-year-old basically like as good as it gets. So if you're like 21 and you're like, why don't you remember everything you learned yesterday? Buckle up, motherfucker, because you're seeing like someone who's in the top decile of remembering shit. And the bucket's full of holes, dear Liza, dear Liza. So if you're like, I won't be like that when I'm 37, you got another thing coming, Rob Halford, okay? So I'm really doing my best, but I gotta reinforce it like crazy. Feng Yu.
布料，蜂蜜，
It's Feng Mi. It's Feng Mi. It's not Feng Yu, bro. I went Austin Powers mode.
蜂蜜，
Feng Mi.
盒子，盒子，
灯、
Dong.
光盘、
筷子，肉串，
啤酒，盒子，
光盘、
冰激凌，盒子。
I said I wanted to get 30. I don't know how to get 30. It's chopsticks and box sound exactly the same in my head. Or my ear, I should say. When I hear them, like chopstick, if chopsticks and box are both on the table, they sound exactly the same to me. This again? Well, I'm telling you, like, here's the thing. Kate, because she's my spouse, she gave me more grace than you do as chat. But she was like, I was watching you and I was kind of losing my mind, going like, why is he saying that this is what it sounds like? And then I realized he just doesn't hear it. He just doesn't hear it. And it's true, because I realize my ears are not trained to hear all sounds. For 37 years, I've been filtering them through a firmware that is like, listen for English phonemes. So I hear like the actual air that makes a Mandarin phoneme is entering my ear, and my brain is going, you don't need to worry about that. That's nothing. I don't know what to do with that piece of information. So it comes in, and for me, I hear either 筷子, which is like chopsticks, or 盒子, which is box, but I only catch like just the faintest whiff of the pie cooling on the windowsill. 糕点. I'm fucking farming dopamine off of Librarian saying, what the fuck, that one was actually pretty good. Chocolate, okay.
巧克力，
巧克力. The game being insanely strict for loan words is a great bit. Taco is so funny to me. Like, I'm saying it right. I'm saying it right. I know how to say taco. And meanwhile, I'm like, 菜单. And they're like, yeah, good enough, white boy. And I'm like, 塔克. Nah, that's not quite my tempo. That's not quite my tempo. Pizza. Literally, motherfuck you. I don't give a shit about that. They're gonna know what I'm saying. Hong cha.
红茶
Oh shit! Oh shit! I can read Mandarin. Hong cha. Nah, it's just the same in Korean.
红茶
Hong cha. I mean, I'm not mad that the bakery's like all pizzas or whatever and pastries. It seems pretty normal, but I wanna progress. Oh no!
墨西哥卷饼，
No shot. No shot. 墨西哥卷饼。
墨西哥卷饼，
墨西哥卷饼，
墨西哥卷饼。
墨西哥卷饼，
墨西哥卷饼。
墨西哥卷饼，
墨西哥卷饼。
墨西哥卷饼，
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 墨西哥卷饼。Oh, I thought for sure. I sold out for that one, man. I sold out for that one.
墨西哥卷饼，
墨西哥卷饼。墨西哥卷饼。墨西哥卷饼。墨西哥卷饼。Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. 墨西哥卷饼. I'm clipping this to kill you in the future culture courts. Bro, we're headed into the Chinese century, okay? I think if you put this shit in front of a Chinese judge in like 2071, they would be like, this guy's awesome. Wow, this guy's funny as fuck. If in 2071 it's not a Chinese judge, they'd probably be saying, you can't do that. It's problematic for a white guy to try to learn Chinese. I think a Chinese judge would probably be like, damn, this guy's working his ass off to try to interface with us. We gotta give him some respect. It means cow horn bun. Oh shit, wait, I actually caught a phoneme in there. Wait, this might unironically be easier for you for burrito. Moshike chuan bin? Moshike chuan bin? Is that what burrito is in Korean? I thought for sure they would have just gone with like burrito or something like that. Yeah, they say burrito. I mean, like, depending on where you are, they might just say, I'll take a burrito, please, to be honest. State of English education in South Korea is, like, insanely good. And it wasn't because I was over there teaching them, let me tell you. Those kids know how to study, let's put it that way. He's never going to get the tones right, is he? Guy who's on his second day of learning Mandarin Chinese? What an insane... What would be enough for you? What would be enough for you, Yohis? TwitchCon 2022 Amsterdam. Okay, wait, let's see what your life's all about. 680 messages total. Oh my god, account created August 17th, 2011. Oh no. No. You were on the website for 11 years and you still went to TwitchCon as a viewer? Not as a streamer? You were on the website for 11 years and went, yeah. I'll go to TwitchCon EU. I'm not flaming, I'm just saying. You didn't really say much of anything. You referenced a Tyler 1 clip there. Do you have anything to say that speaks to, you know, like the clarity of your spirit or whatever? Caught. Cool, man. So no, basically. Leave Unc alone? It's crazy to think they might be my age.
三明治，
This one's for you. 三明治 You're lucky. You're fucking lucky.
三明治，
I'm 28. 28's still young. Crazy how you've set yourself up to be exactly the age in 2011 that you would have to be to legally be able to make your Twitch account. That's very interesting to me. 50, you're 28, 15 years ago when you made your account, you would have been exactly 13, huh? I'm sure it happens every day. It's just a little fortuitous. Okay, but I actually am 28. Okay, well, King of the Hip Hop, one moment, please. Okay, your account was created in 2011. You did a huge gravity assist on that individual. I was so ready to click on your profile and have it say like account created 2017 and use it as like a compare and contrast. But actually, you gave them a lot of cover with that. This one I always get confused on. Guangpan. Holy shit, that's crazy. That must be how I felt when I was like a baby. And I was like pointing at something and then went like, that looks like a guangpan. That's fucking crazy. Guangpan.
光盘，
Oh shit. That came from somewhere like deep within me, man.
猪肉，
猪肉.
猪肉，
Because oh my god, it's the first time I've ever heard it as an R. It's the first time I've ever heard it as an R. All yesterday I heard it as a J. Are you ready for this shit? I'm locking the fuck in
你
as
在
Bolin.
哪里工作？我在医院工作。
我在医院工作。我在医院工作。
我在医院工作。
我在医院工作。
你呢？
你呢？
我在学校工作。
He's done it. Is this just overnight language tapes for millennials who yearn for passive learning? This is active learning, man. We're listening to and speaking Mandarin Chinese. This is an honest question. Are you homeschooled? Because it might be different if you're homeschooled. I don't know what the fuck you were doing, man. You might have just been watching TV or something. That would explain the roles that we have in the relationship that we're in right now, parasocially. The doer and the observer. But this is an example of active learning. It's very active. We had like 2-hour classes and a little bit of a break. Actually, that seems hard. That's the thing I worry about homeschool, is that not that it would be too easy, but we actually make it too difficult. Because honestly, I went to public school. I don't want to like ruffle any feathers, but you only move as fast as the slowest kid. So it means you do a little, you know, in a 72-minute class, you spend like 15 minutes learning something, maybe 20, 25 minutes demonstrating that you can do it, and then 40 minutes doing word search as well. The teacher helps like 2 or 3 kids wrap their heads around it. So like I think if it was homeschooled, you might end up actually going a little bit too far, doing too much work than is appropriate for a child of that age. How many classes a day? I don't remember. It's been a while. All I know is when I was in school, it started at 6 a.m. and it ended at like 8 p.m. And now that my kid's in school, it starts at like 11:30 a.m. and it ends at 1. Like something happened, man. And they get like every second day off. No, it did not. It spiritually it did. Spiritually it did. It ended at 8 p.m. By the time you factor in the snack and the episode of The Simpsons that was on Channel 11 after the school bus dropped you off at home, and then like thinking about doing your homework and stuff like that. Hang on, I've got to be the other side of Chinese here.
你在哪里工作？
你在哪里？你在哪里工作？你在哪里工作？
我在医院工作。你呢？我在学校工作。
我在学校工作。我在学校工作。
我在学校工作。
我在学
我在学校工
学
作。
学，我在学校工作。我在学校工作。我在学校工作。
这个地方已经感觉好多了。
Yeah, I've absolutely no idea what that means. This place is feeling better already. There's a fucking mian fang gua on the floor, bro. Not even, it's bubbling. The mian fang gua isn't even plugged into anything. What do you like?
你喜欢什么？
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 我喜欢别人给我小费。我喜欢别人给我小费。
我喜欢别人给我小费。You gotta slow down, buddy. I like getting tips. Damn!
还有别的事吗？
你呢？还有别的事吗？ Anything else? Damn, he said, let me get back to work. This is no way to learn a language. You know what I've noticed? I draw a lot of analogies from when I lost like 40 pounds and people started talking to me different. And I'm not talking about the people who didn't give me the time of day when I was a little bit pudgy and now they're like, what can I get for you today? Okay, that's a different story. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that are like, be careful. Exercising and eating healthy, you don't want to get too skinny. I actually heard it's a little bit better to be a little chubby than to like lose weight and then just gain it back. And you're probably just going to gain it back anyway, which is harder on your heart. So you should just be careful is all I'm trying. I'd rather be healthy. Like that's the thing. So a lot of similarities between that and a white boy learning Mandarin Chinese day too. People are saying shit like it'll never work. Even if it, imagine it works, but you have a Beijing accent. Oh, that would be so horrible. It would be so horrible if I accidentally, through gaming, learned enough Mandarin Chinese to have a basic conversation, but I had an accent that made people think I was from Beijing! Are you listening to yourself? Also, I'm having fun. It's a fun game, too. It's like that wizard game where you yell to cast spells, but like you can trick yourself into thinking you're learning something. And you know what? Even like a year from now, I might not remember, but I might still at least know Rochuan. If I'm ever at Yakiniku with some other like parents, I could point to a meat skewer and go, Rochuan. Cafe. Exactly. They might get a chuckle out of it. Exactly. Cafe.
What's the genre of music in Persona? Where it's like the RJD2 beats in the background, and then like a man with a voice like a muted saxophone pops out and like reads his grocery list to you. Jazz. Rap jazz. The hardest beat you've ever heard. Bass, I'm frying bananas, I'm flying a kite, I'm seeing bananas. Treble, I'm a downright rebel, you wouldn't believe what I do in Bevel. I don't know what it is, but I want more of it. This is the song you play when you're going to the bathroom in Persona.